Hi, I'm Lindsay and welcome to Intuition Yoga. Today's practice is going to be a slow flow that will help you connect deeper to your intuition. So our main focus today is to move as slowly and as mindfully as possible. And I know that might seem a bit strange to us, most of us are rushing about trying to do everything faster, but today we're really going to slow the pace. Practices like this really help us to feel into our body and to calm our mind, and all of that helps us to connect deeper to the intuitive wisdom within us. So main things to focus on today are don't rush anything and move as slowly as you can. And in that, what we'll also be doing is we'll just really slow down our breath too. There will be plenty of opportunities to use props during this practice, so if you have blocks, please do have them close by. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. You can use something like cushions. You can also use large books like dictionaries, and if you don't have anything like that, don't worry either. It's not necessary, just might enhance some of the poses for you. So we'll begin this practice in Balasana or Child's Pose. So bring the toes together. Knees can be as wide as feels comfortable to you. And then just slowly sink your hips onto your heels. And if that's not comfortable, you can always put a blanket in between to kind of close the gap. And then just slowly walk your hands forward. And I'm going to place a block here underneath my third eye centre, just in the centre of the forehead. This is up to you if you want to do this as well. I'm just putting some gentle pressure on the third eye, ajna chakra, just to stimulate this gently just now. Our ajna chakra really governs our intuition. And here, just allow the body to relax and connect deeper with our breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And keeping our inhales and exhales equal length. Usually when we practice asana, we may aim to have our inhales and exhales perhaps for around 3 counts. But for this practice, because we're slowing everything down, try to aim to inhale for a count of at least 4 and exhale for a count of at least 4 too. So just connecting in with your breath here. Finding whatever works best for you, and we'll try to maintain this breathing throughout our practice. With every inhale, really fill the torso with air, breathing more into the back body. And with every exhale, just melt deeper into the mat, becoming more and more relaxed. And on the next inhale, slowly walk the palms in, bringing yourself up. Come into a tabletop position on hands and knees. So wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll take some Betalasana, Marjariyasana, cat-cow poses. So on the inhale, open the chest towards the front of the mat. Curl the tailbone up. And on the exhale, round through the whole body, chin into chest. Tailbone lengthens between the knees. And on the inhale, come to Betalasana, cow pose. Feel as if you're energetically drawing your wrists and your knees together. And on the exhale, round and contract, hollow through the abs. Finding a nice round spine, like a Halloween cat. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, core engaged, gazing forward. Exhale slowly and mindfully. Chin tucks into chest. Draw your abs towards your spine. Asana. Inhale, coming back to cow pose, Asana. And on the next exhale now, integrating a child's pose. So as you round and contract, slowly now sink the hips back towards the heels. Balasana, child's pose. And on the inhale, come back to our Asana, cow pose. So just doing a few of these movements now in your own, flowing with your own breath. Just wakening up the spine. And on the next inhale, come back up to tabletop position. And just making any movements that feel good here. So really kind of starting to tap into your intuition here. So perhaps taking more cat-cows. Perhaps you might want to do these side to side. So on the inhale, looking over one shoulder and drawing the hips and shoulder closer together. Exhale to round. Inhale to the other side. Just really feeling into your body and noticing what you think you need here. And don't worry about what this looks like or what anyone else would think about what you're doing. Just really feeling into what your body needs today. Perhaps finding some neck rolls. And when we do these neck rolls, we only go halfway, so not kind of throwing our head back. Just really dipping the chin. Bring your head to each shoulder. Slowly and mindfully. And then finding our tabletop position again. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, feet hip width distance apart. And then inhale, really slowly come up to Asana, low lunge. Perhaps bring the palms together and look up. Exhale. Hands come back down to the mat. Plant the left palm, curl the left toes under. Easy twists. Reach that right arm up. Looking wherever feels most comfortable for your neck. Exhale, plant the palms once more. Step the right foot back. To meet the left, come to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. And just making any movements in our downward dog that feel good today. Perhaps straightening one leg, bending the other, paddling through the feet. Maybe shaking or nodding the head, yes and no. Just really feeling into what the body needs just now. And then really slowly, in as many steps as you possibly can, walk up to the top of the mat. Tiny, tiny tiptoes. Then when your feet are hip width distance apart and parallel, slowly roll all the way up to stand, inch by inch. No need to rush. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, allow the arms to rise. Really slowly, as if you're moving through honey. Feel resistance as you try to move. As you slow everything down, maybe looking up if it feels okay. And then exhale with a flat back and leading with the heart. Slowly come to fold forward, and it's okay to bend the knees. That's what you need here. Palms rest either to the mat or onto a block or behind the calves. Inhale. Come to a flat back, gazing forward. Draw the shoulder blades down and away from the ears. Exhale, fold forward once more. And then inhale, back up. Stand leading with the heart. Palms together overhead. And then draw them down to heart center. Inhale, arms rise once more. Maybe looking up if it feels okay. Exhale, fold forward, leading with the heart. It's okay to bend the knees as much as you need to here. Inhale, flat back, gazing forward. And then exhale, fold. Plant the palms, step the right foot back now. Knee comes down to the mat. Inhale, ajna on the second side. Draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Exhale, palms come down towards the mat. Plant the right palm this time. Right knee comes off the mat as you inhale. Energy through the back leg. Gaze wherever feels right for you today. Exhale, plant the palms. Step the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Keeping as much of a bend in the knees as you need to make sure your hips are nice and high and your spine is nice and long. And from this downward facing dog, we'll ripple through slowly and mindfully, come into our plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Keep the core engaged, lengthen the tailbone towards the heels, gazing forward. Exhale, bend the knees, send the hips high, back to downward facing dog. And we'll do that a few more times just with your own breath. So inhale to come to plank pose. And then exhale, really slowly and mindfully back to downward facing dog. No real right or wrong way to do this, just feeling into your body and moving intuitively with your breath. And then back to downward facing dog. Option to come to tabletop, or you can inhale, lift the left leg. Or you can inhale, lift the right leg up, step it in between the palms, come into our high lunge, inhale, raising the arms up, maybe looking up. Exhale, hands come to heart. As you step the left foot up to meet the right, come to Tadasana pose. And I'll show you this next pose. I'm going to turn to face you, just so you can see what I'm doing, but you stay where you are. We're going to come to Garudasana, or eagle pose. So starting off with the arms, bring your arms out in front of you and cross the left arm underneath the right. Maybe pressing the backs of the hands together, or perhaps pressing the palms of the hands together, just feeling into what you need to do. And if neither of these options work, you can always just cross the right arm on top of the left and hug your arms in like this. So just noticing where you are today, without judgment. Elbows rise, shoulders down and away from the ears. And then you can cross the left leg over the right, either just crossing it in front and keeping your toes on the mat, or if you want to, you can wrap that leg behind. Lengthen the tailbone towards the mat, draw the abs in as you sink your hips lower, trying to stack one knee on top of the other. Not here for long, and if you fall out, just smile. Know that that's okay. Releasing judgment. I'm wobbling quite a bit here too. And then as you inhale, bring the left leg now in towards your chest. Can you use core strength to keep it there? So if this feels like enough, just stay in here. If you want to open to a twist, bring your right hand to the outside edge of your left knee, and then just open towards the left hand side, left arm reaching back behind you. Inhale, find more length, and exhale, twist a little deeper. And releasing any judgments about what you think you should do here. Just honouring your intuition and knowing that wherever you are today is exactly where you need to be. Then release the leg, come to Tadasana pose. Inhale, arms rise slowly and mindfully. Remember, as if we're moving through honey. Exhale, fold forward as slowly as you possibly can. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. And in this forward fold, catch a hold of opposite elbows and just really sway side to side. Bending generously into the knees, hips over the heels as much as possible. And now plant the palms, step the right foot back, followed by the left, hips rise towards the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step the foot in between the palms, option to do tabletop and carry that foot through, just feeling into what you need today. Inhale, rise up. And again, we're drawing that left hip back, right hip forward as much as possible. Exhale, palms come to the chest, step the right foot up to meet the left. We'll do our Garudasana pose on the second side. So this time, right arm comes underneath the left, perhaps the backs of the hands pressed together, or perhaps the palms pressed together, or maybe you're just hugging in like this here. No right or wrong here. As long as you honour your own needs, you can never go wrong. And then cross the right leg over the left, perhaps just bringing the toes beside that foot onto the mat, or perhaps crossing the right leg behind the right, tailbone lengthens down, core engaged as you sink the hips down as low as you can. And now just noticing if the second side feels different to the first side. And knowing that this is normal, releasing any judgments. But knowing that through our asana practice, the physical practice of yoga, we are able to learn more about our bodies and any imbalances that may be present. And then inhale, bring that right foot in this time, using core strength to keep it here. Maybe staying here, or perhaps catch a hold of the outside edge of the left leg of the right leg with the left arm, and maybe open into a twist if you feel called to today. Release that foot back down to the mat. Tadasana pose once more. Inhale, arms reach up, really slow. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Glide the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back now, followed by the right. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And in our down dog now, we'll reconnect to those movements, inhaling to plank and exhaling back to our down dog, flowing with the breath. So on the inhale, come high onto the balls of the feet, shift the weight forward, shoulders under wrists. Hello darling. If you have a cat, you can give them a wee kiss. Exhale back into downward facing dog. And just do two more, flowing with your own breath. How slow can you do this? Then inhale, come to plank pose and hold in here for one breath. Exhale, lower down to the mat as slow as you can. So we'll try and do it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Press the hip bones into the mat. Strong through the core. Inhale, baby cobra, arms, everything in the upper body lifts off the mat. Using back strength here. Exhale to lower. 2 more. Inhale to rise. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Can you find energy through that whole upper body, even through the fingertips, as you press the lower body into the mat. Exhale to lower. Press back to Bhedana, child's pose. For this one, if it feels comfortable, keep your knees together and reach the arms back. And you can either bring your head onto a block or down towards the mat. Just noticing what you feel like you need just now. And we'll reconnect with our breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Inhales and exhales, equal length. And now slowly coming up to sit. Bring your feet out in front of you. Soles of the feet come together. Knees wide apart. And it's up to you how close you want to have your heels in towards your groin. The closer they are, the more of a stretch you'll get towards the inner groin. And the further away they are, the more of a stretch you'll get towards your outer hip. So intuitively feeling into your body right now and just noticing where you feel like you need this stretch the most. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, slowly fold forward with a flat back and a straight spine. As much as you can. And then wherever is right for you to pause, just allow yourself to soften in the pose. Eyes may softly close. And if you do have blocks, it can feel nice to prop them underneath each knee sometimes here. And you can also come to sit on the edge of a blanket, just making any adjustments that you need to. With every inhale, breathing in relaxation, and with every exhale, letting go of what doesn't serve you right now. Inhale, walk the palms back up, bring the knees together, feet on flat onto the mat, but hip width distance apart. Catch a hold of the backs of your thighs, inhale, and really feel as if you have a cord pulling your chest up towards the sky. So really open up towards the sky, shoulders draw down and away from your ear, core engaged, and rock slightly back just onto your tailbone but no further, keeping the spine long. And you can stay here, or you might want to lift one, perhaps both feet off the mat. Energy through the feet either flexed, pointed, or a mixture of both. And perhaps bringing your arms alongside the shins parallel to the floor. Navasana, boat pose. Just finding the option that works best for you today. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Bring your feet back to the floor. Inhale. Lift your heart space once more as you roll slowly down, slowly and as mindfully as you can, inch by inch, down towards the mat. And from here, cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, flexing firmly through both sides of that right foot. Draw the right knee away from you. You can stay here, or you can catch behind the left thigh, and draw that thigh in towards the chest. Upper body is heavy and relaxed. Try not to lift your tailbone off the mat, and lower back should be connected to the mat too. With every inhale, try to draw that right knee further away from you. And with every exhale, see if you can draw the left leg a little closer in towards the chest. But not pushing or pulling or forcing, just allowing. Bring the sole of the left foot back down towards the mat, and bring the right foot now beside the left. Lift your hips and shift them a few inches towards the right as you allow both legs to drop towards the left. Perhaps crossing the right leg over the left here. Arms can come out into a T shape or a cactus, just working out what works for you, and ground the shoulder blades into the mat. Do you feel more connected to your intuitive wisdom? Do you feel it whisper any insights to you now? Inhale back to centre. Shift your hips back in. This time cross your left ankle over the top of your right knee. Flex firmly through both sides of your left foot. Try to draw that left knee away from you, and maybe catch a hold of the back of the right thigh now and draw it in. Not forcing, just simply allowing. And knowing that when we can find ourselves in a position where we're not grasping or pushing, that we are simply allowing. Knowing that this is when our mind is clear and able to receive these insights, and that we're able to attract what we need. Right foot comes back to the mat, left foot joins it, feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, lift the hips, move them an inch or two over towards the left, and draw both knees now towards the right, crossing the left leg over the right if you want to twist a little deeper. Don't worry if you hear any cracking or popping in your back, this is normal. Melting the upper body into the mat. Inhale, legs rise, shift the hips back to centre, and we're about to come to Shavasana, our final resting pose. So before we do, just making any intuitive movements that you feel you need to before you find stillness. Perhaps drawing the knees into the chest and pushing them away. Perhaps finding circles with the knees, clockwise, maybe anti-clockwise. Just anything that you feel your body needs right now. And then when you're ready, bring both legs long along the mat. Feet can fall to either side. Shoulder blades fold in under. Palms up, taking up lots of space, back of the neck long. And just allow your breath now to come back to its natural rhythm. Releasing tension, releasing expectations, and letting go of any thoughts about how this practice went for you, letting go of any judgment about poses that you found easy, poses you found difficult, just knowing that none of that matters, allowing yourself to rest in stillness, to allow any insights to surface that want to. Now slowly begin to deepen your breath, perhaps bringing some movement back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes, shaking the head, perhaps rub the pad of the thumb across the pads of your fingers. Inhale, stretch the arms up above the head, finding one long line from the tips of the toes to the tips of the fingers. Draw one knee into the chest, followed by the other one, and now slowly roll over towards your right hand side, using your right arm as a pillow. Keeping the eyes closed. Stay here for one more breath. And on the exhale, slowly use your hands to bring yourself back up into a seated position, continuing to move slowly and mindfully. Keeping the eyes closed in this seated position. We're going to do a pranayama technique called Chandra Bhedana, or moon breathing. This technique stimulates the third eye, or ajna chakra. It also stimulates our relaxation response and helps us connect deeper to the intuition within us. So using your right hand here, you can bring your index finger and your middle finger in towards the palms, keeping the thumb and your ring and pinky finger released. Use your right thumb to close over your right nostril, and inhale for a count of 4 through the left nostril, use your ring finger to close that left nostril and exhale with a count of 4 through the right nostril. And then close the right nostril once more with the thumb. Inhale for 4 through the left. Closing both nostrils and pause. Release the right nostril and exhale. So just taking a few rounds now on your own, flowing with your breath, and only pausing if it feels safe and comfortable for you. So we're always inhaling through the left, and we're always exhaling through the right. For these last 2 rounds, can you inhale for a count of 4? And can you add 1 count onto your exhale? Perhaps exhaling for a count of 5. Wherever you're finished, release that right hand back down, palms come face up to receive. Just sitting in stillness for a few moments. And now draw your palms together in prayer position. Bring them up towards the space in between your eyebrows to your third eye chakra. And we'll close with a chant of Om 1 time. Inhale fully and deeply through the nose. And then when you feel ready, you can either chant or just listen to me. Om. Draw your hands to heart center, bowing forward. Namaste. Thank you for doing this practice, this slow flow for intuition. I hope you managed to connect a little deeper to the intuitive insight within you. If you have time, I recommend that you do my 20-minute intuition meditation practice, and the video for that should be linked at the end of this video. I also would really recommend that you spend some time journaling after these practices, because that's a really great way to kind of get down on paper any insights that have flowed through you and another way to just connect deeper to your intuition. If journaling is something that's new to you or that you don't feel necessarily very comfortable with right now, don't worry, that's natural. You can download my free Discover Your Intuition guide. It's in the description box of this video. In there you'll find lots of methods to strengthen your intuition, and there's also lots of journaling prompts in there as well. So plenty of options for how to continue with this practice. Thank you so much again for joining me. If you like the video, please click the like button below, and please also subscribe to my channel. It's a great way to support the offerings that I'm putting out here for free. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.